How were you going to sell butter online? With like
that is
delivery and
difficult.
stuff.
It is difficult, but we have ice packs. We have it's a disaster, to be honest, and it's a real pain.
Because with all your experience at this
It's
point,
really tough.
Yeah, because I remember seeing this all launch because I actually followed Tom like way before the All Things Butter stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was from Mob Days.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a launch and I remember being like, D2C butter, that is a headache.
Yeah. Oh,
now knowing knowing that you were at
but it's
like
it's
all these
awful.
other places where these lessons probably would have been.
We're actually just about to go through a new iteration of packaging, because the packaging that I designed and did pretty quickly, just with a million other things going on, has been a bit of a disaster.
Right.
So
But that
it's
must have been one of the
into
hardest operational things.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, it was tough. I think that I went into it so blind that it was almost quite good, because I was just like, of course we can do it. We'll work out a way of doing it. And so we have like insulated bags with ice packs boxed, and then it has to go 24-hour delivery. And then obviously operationally,
Because it is doable, by the way.
a warehouse
For the record,
perspective,
you can do it.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, but the problem is that what I didn't think about was that we have an insulated bag, which an ice pack goes in and 4 blocks of butter go in. But what I didn't quite anticipate was the ice pack is quite rigid with the butter, and butter's quite soft, and so the ice pack fucks up the butter. So
There's just a churn. The third churn's happening.
Most of it's like, if you have a perfectly flat ice pack, you're fine. But it isn't perfectly flat. So we've now just brought it in-house, our fulfillment in D2C, which is a lot easier. And also when it was cold, that we stopped doing the ice packs because we didn't need to, because it was cold outside, so therefore we didn't need it. We just have an insulated bag.
So when the sun comes out in London, you're actually a bit nervous.
Yeah, but we're trying. We've got a new iteration of packaging, which thing's going to work. But we're not. We have a D2C element of the business.
Yeah.
But essentially, we're a retail business. We're always going to be 90% retail.
So of the ton of butter you plan to sell on D2C,
Yeah. So the plan was a ton of butter in D2C, and then we were going to go to retailers and say, look, with 2 of us, we just sold a ton of butter online. Do you want to stock us? That was kind of like my rough sales pitch. Obviously, there was a bit more detail into it.
did that work?
Well, no, because we got the retail listing before we even launched. So we got Ocado were really, really keen on us.
Wait, before you even sold a block of butter?
Before we even sold a block of butter. So we actually ended up launching the business in October with 5 retailers and online.
Why? I think I know the answer to this. Like, why did that happen?
Well, I mean, how it happened was that we put out on Tom's Instagram the first render of the packet and saying, all things butter coming soon. And it went fucking crazy online.
In what way?
Like 100,000 likes, thousands and thousands of shares. And then we started getting DMs from buyers. And I'm like, shit. The ton idea has now gone out the window. And so
why did you do that? Was that like a test of like, was it just literally like...
I think there wasn't a huge... I mean, there was a little bit of strategy around the fact that we thought that we might start generating a little bit of like excitement.
Yeah, but
we did it way too soon as well. Like we did this in like July, and we didn't launch until October, which was a dreadful idea.
Because people were knocking on the door for it.
Yeah, people were knocking on the door. But it wasn't actually a dreadful idea from a buyer point of view, because you start the conversations in July and then you launch in October. Like that is about the period. It's quite often significantly longer than that.
Yeah. I've been on this podcast, been talking to buyers for like 5 years.
Oh yeah, exactly. So we started talking, and Ocado were just like really into it, and so we started talking to them, and then we had GoPuff were really interested in it.
Is that because of the social presence? Is that because of the product that it is? Is it just everything?
Yeah, the alignment of like the trend of people on moving to more like whole food, non-processed diet. No challenger brands in the butter category. It's stayed pretty stagnant for like their sales have stayed pretty stagnant for a while. Tom having an absolutely ridiculous social following. The packaging was like super standout. Like we kind of ticked a lot of boxes.